Hi, my name is Victor and this is Jose. Today we're going to be reviewing Taken 3. If you don't know, Taken is starring Liam Neeson. It got us away from the, Schindler's List Liam Neeson and got us into the psycho killer Liam Neeson,
The first Taken was a surprise.
Yeah, it was
one of those movies, no one knew it was coming out, you went to see it, and it was fucking awesome because this old guy kicking the shit out of bad people.
And everybody would always be talking about the fucking torture scene, man.
What we're trying to say here is it was a badass movie.
Yeah.
And then Taken 2 came out, and it was a piece of shit.
It was a piece of shit.
And now we have Taken 3, which I didn't have my hopes up for this. At least I was expecting some decent action scenes.
Yeah, but we got barely any of that shit, The positives, Liam Neeson as always, he holds up the whole franchise.
So Liam Neeson's awesome. And then we have freaking, what's his name?
Forrest Whitaker was surprising. He wasn't the same, dumb police officer that you have in every movie chasing the badass guy, Every single detective who's hunting a badass guy, he's like, put a tail on him, we gotta get this guy, and then the guy throws the tail or defeats all the guys, and the guys are there just, oh shit, and just, shit, we fucked up. But he wasn't that. He was smart, he knew what he was up against.
I mean, at least they do what they can do with the...
Yeah, with the script they were given, with all the materials they were given, and everything. The actors themselves did a pretty good job for what it was. But just the way the action was shot, you can't even tell what the hell is going on.
The main reason why the action scenes suck in this movie is because of the shaky cam. You can't understand what the hell is happening the whole time.
Don't, like, even some of the fights. There was one fight in, what was it, the little convenience store. Probably the best part of the whole movie, he's fighting this Russian guy, they're throwing blows, this guy's actually kind of a match. You see him kind of getting the drop on Liam Neeson, Even that was a lot of cuts, a lot of shaky cam.
That first chase scene is just insane, like you can't even tell what the hell is happening.
Like a shot doesn't even last a full second. It's just so many cuts, and then of shit that doesn't even matter, just like of a tire, of the dashboard, of his little fucking thing that he's downloading, the GPS thing. If I want to see a car chase, I want to see cars, wide angles slamming into each other.
There's even scenes where a motherfucker is eating a bagel and the fucking cam is shaking. Like, what the hell is wrong with these guys?
Poor Forrest Whitaker, he's, he comes in, he's the chubby detective, and what's the first thing they have him do? Is eat a goddamn bagel. The main Russian villain, his thugs were more memorable than he was, I feel like.
Yeah, we're not kidding, the villain in this movie, he shows up in the first scene of the movie, and then you don't see it till the end. How am I supposed to feel intimidated or to care about these people going against this villain? He's only, in the first scene of the movie. The premise of this movie, it's basically the same premise of The Fugitive. You have this guy, he gets framed. Everyone's thinking he killed his wife, and then he's on the run. And I'm not kidding, if you've seen The Fugitive, you've seen this movie.
Yeah,
even the twist at the end.
You're gonna know every single twist and turn of this.
There's also, Liam Neeson is basically God in this movie.
Yeah, there are scenes,
and that's fine, because there's movies where you have Commander and everything, where basically the main guy is in God mode. But, I mean, you believe it, I guess.
Yeah, but they show him escaping these situations because he's a badass.
In this case, we kid you not, in this movie, there's scenes where you see this guy inside a car, then you see the car falling for a fucking cliff.
Yeah, an inescapable situation, and this fucking guy just somehow miraculously respawns in another location, untouched, and all of a sudden he's fucking talking on the phone,
Yeah, at least in Fast 6, or what is it, they show freaking Vin Diesel flying through the air from one bridge to another, and that's ridiculous, but at least they show it.
They show it.
Okay, another thing that messes up with this movie is the way it's edited. I mean, you can tell there are scenes where people say fuck and they cut it out. You can see their lips saying the word.
It's like you're watching Taken on TNT or something. I don't know, I walked in expecting John Wick, amazing gunfights and hand-to-hand stuff, and then car chases. The Raid 2, that car chase in the Raid 2. I guess
everything in the Raid 2.
Everything in the Raid 2, but I guess I wanted the whole police car chase, I wanted that to be happening. But instead it was every second. And to 2014, it showed us that this shit could be done very well. and it could be viable again. But then something like this comes along and they know that they're just going to get asses in seats because it's another Taken movie.
If this movie didn't have Liam Neeson and didn't have Forrest Whitaker, it would be a straight to
And it wasn't a Taken movie. Like if it was,
and
like,
it was called something else.
Yeah.
Like you put Jean-Claude Van Damme in this, call it differently, and it would be a straight to DVD movie
or something.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Also, there was no tits in this movie.
Sometimes this movie really dragged.
Yeah, like there was a point in the movie where like you thought it was gonna end, but then
And
it was
it
just
kept
like,
going.
nope. Here's 30 more minutes of shaking.
I feel like they overstated the plot of the movie 4 times. You know, it's like basically, okay, this happened, this is what we need to do, and then after that it's okay, it's time to kick ass.
And then it took like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one problem that I had with it is that it was a lot of, you know, Liam Neeson trying to find his daughter, who's Shannon from Lost. And I know they're probably trying to make it smart and everything, but you don't go see a movie like this for the rich plot and character development. It's a popcorn movie. You go see it for the action. But then when there actually was action, it wasn't well done. Liam Neeson and Forrest Whitaker, as we said, held together the whole damn thing.
The movie might be bad, but it might not be the worst thing you're gonna watch in the theater.
There's definitely some shit coming out this month that's gonna be worse. So if you got some movie money like me for Christmas and you want to go see something, you know, maybe go see Taken 3. You know, it's not unwatchable. You're not gonna want to leave the movie theater.
I know.
It's not terribly awful. You can have a good time. We've been fucking ripping on this movie for a couple hours now.
Before we give a rating, you know, I came up with a formula to describe Taken 3. The Fugitive plus the raid times a little bit of shit, that equals Taken 3. How are we gonna rate this thing?
3 Decepticons out of 5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go lower.
2 Decepticons out of 5?
No, I'm gonna go 2.5 bagels out of 5.
2.5 bagel bites out of 5.
That's right. Okay guys, so that was our first video ever. Hope you enjoy it. I know we cursed a lot. We're gonna work on that. This channel is gonna become awesome.
Rate, comment, subscribe. You all know the fucking drill. Every fucking video says that shit at the end. Well, this has been Reinventing the Real with Jose and Victor. We're signing off, all you motherfuckers.